Alright, so today we're going to head over to my mate's Ben's place. He's having a few people over, a few engines, a few tractors, whatever it might be. So we're going to get the pacemaker out for its first run and give us a chance to test a few things and make sure it's running right. So let's head in there and see if she's going to fire up. Alright, so I just put some fuel in it. Hasn't been started in weeks. So we'll see if it's going to go. Hopefully it's not cranky on me this morning. Turn some fuel on. Fuel in the bowl. Put some fuel in the bowl, that's a good start. I guess I want some choke to get some fuel into it. What all we got? So yeah. Yeah. What's the throttle's gonna sit out there somewhere, I think. Let's give it a few flicks and see what it does. Yeah, I've got to kill this myself. Alright, as you saw, it actually started quite easily, which, you know, we're still getting that figured out, but a fair bit of choke for a few pulls until I heard it fire, and then half choke, and away it went, so that was good. Drove it out here, got it up on the trailer, so that's all good. Got it all tied down, you got two chains front, 2 chains rear, so she's not going anywhere. Strap over the bonnet, because we're not 100% confident that doesn't have the ability to fly off. Toolbox lid's rooted, so it's in the back of the ute. But yeah, otherwise, take it for its first outing. Hopefully it's nice and reliable for me today, but if it's not, should be we'll be at Ben's shed essentially, so he'll have tools and possibly whatever I'll need to actually fix it. So yeah, no, it's all looking good. Alright, here we are. Ben's got a bit of his stuff out. The old pacemaker took a few swings to start on the trailer, but he started up, had to drive around. It's all behaving itself at the moment. Here we are, we got Ben's E27, his C model Alice, his Massey Ferguson 35, and his Fergie TEA20. And we got Ben's Austral over here. He'll fire that up later, it's a beautiful running engine that. This one's a Cooper, I don't know who all these belong to exactly. That's alright. And a Lister and a few other little things. Here's Ben's little bloody Rosebery Frankenstein with a weird carby and all the wrong parts on it. What do we got here? A little Lightning. What does it say on the side? It says Austral petrol engine on the side, so that's a Ronnie. Massey Harris. Another little, once again, I don't know my engines well enough. That one's a Lister. That's a Ronaldson Tippet as well. I believe that thing's fairly rare. That's a New Way. Once again, a fairly rare engine. And here's Ben's pacemaker that's slowly slowly coming along. And a bit more stuff in Ben's shed.
Hang on, Dad. Stop. Box. That's all right.
Away it goes. Away she goes. We've got a beautiful old GM truck here. I don't know what year it is, but it is very nice. And of course we are using a winch here to get out the ideal engine. Bloody good setup. Here we go. Ben, tell us how you start it.
Throw shit at it. Swear. Carry on like a pork chop.
What is this one? Tell the camera what this one is.
Favourite, the little Ronaldson Tippet Type D.
Type D.
1932.
What's significant about the Type Ds?
They were a failed breed of engines for Ronaldson Tippet,
Yep.
based on a Lister crankcase.
Yeah, right. So they just weren't as good.
Very similar to that little Lister there. This is a step up.
A bit bigger, more horsepower.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's I'm puffed out from cranking the bast. The smaller Type Ds had the same crankcase as a A-type Lister.
Yeah, right. So did they just buy Lister crankcases, or did they just make a copy of the
cast
casting?
their own, but they
Just copied it, yep.
Took a page out of Lister's book.
Yep. Very good.
A lot of people think there was some sort of fork case.
There we go. Ben, the D-type Ronnie's stopped being cranky. And now it's probably going to conk out just to prove Ben wrong. He has had a lot of trouble getting this thing to run right over the years, but it seems to be running about as good as it ever has now.
Good as it ever will.
Got inlet and exhaust off the cam on this one. Magneto chain driven off the crankshaft. Water gets poured in around the head. There's a big bulbous head around here. Bloody interesting old truck. Oiling up everything on the Massey, ready to start it. What size is this one?
4.5 horsepower.
4.5.
About 1923. Do you remember the year of the Cooper? We can look it up. Yeah.
Ben did a lot of work restoring this. It still has a bent crankshaft, but it runs like a clock. Sorry, the flywheel's bent, not the crankshaft. But it still runs like an absolute clock. It's not worth trying to break the flywheel in the name of getting it straight. Alright, adjusting the carby. We've filled up the little starting tank here. Ben's going to give it a crank and see what it does. He's got to remember how to run it because he doesn't run it very often.
Nah, it's been a while. One of them, one of the two.
There it goes. Look at it go. He's going to switch it from the starting tank to the main tank. Hopefully it doesn't die in the process. He's only got petrol in the main tank, so he won't need to get it hot or anything.
Oh yeah, it does work that way. That should be off. Yeah.
Yep, seems like it's going. Yep. Very nice. See the beautiful running old engine, this thing. As you can see in the flywheel, it has got that little wobble in it, but There's nothing you can do about that. So, beautiful little message.
Alright, now that the pacemaker was running a bit earlier, it's sitting for about half an hour or something. So theoretically we should be starting from hot here. Let's see how we go. There you go, it started pretty easy, a couple of pulls, needed a bit of choke from cold, but that's it, from hot, sorry, which is fine. Bit of choke, first pull on choke that started. That first pull that I did, I tried without choke, but it obviously wanted a bit more fuel. So took the choke off as soon as it fired and running like a clock again. Pacemaker out being useful, taking this pump over so that we can run one of the engines off it. So we'll go through the controls here. We got 4-speed and reverse. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across and down is reverse. So you got your handbrake lever here, which I'm probably driving with the handbrake on because I'm an idiot. I was. Not that the handbrake does a lot. Hand clutch here, you pull it back to go, push it forward and it releases. Down there you got the throttle, so it's basically idling along at the moment, just plugging along. And then over there is the actual heat adjustment for the manifold and the choke, neither of which are hooked up at the moment. You've got an oil pressure gauge down there. And so that's a starting petrol tank, and the grey one there is the main fuel tank. We've just running off the main one at the moment. So yeah, she's running like an absolute top at the moment, so can't complain at all. So that's at idle in top gear essentially. I'll give it a little bit more throttle. Scoots along pretty good.
So this is a 1919 Cooper.
Yeah.
just trying to it hasn't run for quite a while, so they're just trying to get a bit of fuel through it so it'll clear itself out. Apparently it runs at about 100, 150 RPM. According to the tag, it can run as fast as 400. But yeah, very nice early engine. Just be beautiful to watch tick over once we get it fired up. So here we go. The Cooper's running. Thinks it's going to conk out, and then away it goes again. So you can probably almost count the RPM. Must be about 100, 150, something like that. That is with the throttle all the way closed. So we'll just tick along like this. Ben was just explaining to me that the points are down here. That lever that we're about to see pop out actually goes into the head, and the points are inside the head, and they are the actual spark plug. There's no actual spark plug on this engine. So once it fires again, oh, they only just pop open, of course. So, fascinating old engine. Alright, so Ben's going to start the Austral. We'll start by heating it up and go around and lube everything, and then we'll see if she wants to go. Ben was just saying that this one was built, came out and got tested in February 1922. So that means it's 100 years ago this month since it basically left the factory. So you can see he's gone around, he's lubricated everything, he's heating it up. Shouldn't take too much more to heat it up, and we'll get it spinning and hopefully we'll get him to fire up. Keep going. Oh, yeah, looks like it might be going to go. Here we go. And away it goes. Pretty good for 100 years old. Head over here. There's the igniter valve. So your intake's up the top. Exhaust valve's underneath. And this one here's your igniter valve. Beautiful big 6 horsepower engine, this one. The exhaust travels out the pipe, out the bottom of the cylinder head, comes across the bottom across here, then up through the muffler, and it creates a venturi across the water tower to help it cool.